This is Forge Daily with Mackenzie Barwell on the Forge Audio Network.
Forge fans, welcome back to another episode of Forge Daily. I am your host, Mackenzie Barwell, here to give you all things Forge FC. Today's episode features another player spotlight with none other than Woobens Pacius. Since signing with Forge in 2021, Woobs has been recognized as one of Forge's most dominant attackers. So before we get into our conversation, let's talk about why he's made such an impact at Forge, just to give you some perspective. Going all the way back to his youth career with the CF Montreal Academy, he climbed his way through the rankings and eventually landed himself a signing with Forge FC in 2021. And then in his debut season in the CPL, Woobens appeared in 27 matches across all of the competitions with Forge, scoring 8 goals and 2 assists. And then on the defensive side of things, he recorded 11 total tackles and 9 interceptions. So it's safe to say he had a solid first year. But it wasn't until 2022 when he really came into form. Appearing in 34 matches across all competitions, he earned himself 13 goals and 1 assist. Some of those goals coming in some very crucial moments. One in particular being the semifinals against Cavalry. Forge, of course, would go on to win the 2022 CPL Championship. At the end of the season, Woobens not only finished 4th in league scoring, but also led Forge in goals with 12 total, and then was later nominated for the CPL U21 Player of the Year award. Now, I could continue with the numerous accolades and awards, but I think it's best to get right into the interview to hear his perspective throughout these past 2 years. Okay, Woobs, first things first, how was training this morning? What was the focus? How'd it go?
It was pretty good. Trained hard. We focused on the attack today and also the recovery runs. So we ran a lot today, but it was pretty good. We had fun, and it was a good training session.
Good. What was the activation this morning? I know yesterday you guys had soccer, tennis. What was this morning?
Today it was more like, how you say that? Like fundamentals.
Oh, yeah. So there wasn't one game then?
No.
Okay.
No. It was pretty normal warm-up.
I asked a few players this yesterday, but who's the best at soccer, tennis on the team? Like, if you could give the dynamic duo.
I don't know, I feel like Burgess is pretty good with Seba.
Okay. You're the first guy not to say themselves, so I'll give you that.
No, I'm being honest.
Okay,
Some of the guys said themselves, and
I also heard Ash and Bex.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say too. Ash and Bex. I think these two groups are pretty good.
We're shifting gears a little bit here. I'll rewind. Do you remember when you first heard about the CPL and what your initial thoughts were?
Yeah. Of course. At the time, I was at the academy at CF Montreal Academy. So, of course, I've heard about it because, like we know at the academy, there's not a lot of players who make it to the first team. I was lucky enough to be one of the guy who stayed. How can I say that?
I think I know what you're trying to say. Like, you kept going.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I stayed a good time there. Yeah, but I knew of it and I've heard about it, and it's pretty good. I think it helped young players, especially to grow and to have that opportunity that a few years ago we didn't have to have a domestic league. So it's pretty good.
How about when you signed with Forge? Do you remember that moment, or was there a call? Was there a person who told you?
Yeah, it happened pretty fast. I was again with the academy. I was training with the first team, and I think it was on a Friday. I had a talk with the sportive director at CF Montreal, and they said that maybe it would be a good option for me to come here at Forge. And on the Monday, I was already here, so it happened pretty fast.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah.
You're like, I think I remember on a Friday afternoon at 3 p.m. I was talking to the.
Yeah, literally, I received a call and was like, "Hey, Woobs, we like what you're doing here. Unfortunately, we're not gonna sign you, but we're gonna."
Unfortunately, but fortunately.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Yeah.
So I think it was a good choice for me, a good opportunity for me, and now I'm here, so I'm pretty happy about it.
So did you end up moving to Ontario right when you played with Forge? Like, you weren't here beforehand?
No. I was in Quebec. In Montreal. I was with my parents and my family. So yeah.
So you came here alone then?
Yeah. I came alone, but I knew Garvin from before. I knew of Dave. I didn't know him personally, but I knew of him. So these two guys helped me a lot when I came here. So it was pretty good.
Yeah. What do you think were some of the biggest challenges or some of the biggest things that you faced coming alone from Quebec?
The language, first of all. I think now it's getting pretty pretty good, so it's good for me. But the language, also make my own food. That was the most difficult, but now again, 2 years after that, I think
You're getting better.
Yeah, it's getting better.
What was the go-to meal when you had to?
Pasta, craft dinner actually. Yeah, craft dinner, 5 minutes, boom, boom,
Oh,
it's done. Yeah,
it's done.
Yeah.
And now the language is better. We were saying the interviews keep improving.
Exactly. Like I told you last time, my very first interview, it was after my game against Ottawa, when I scored my 2 first goal. It was pretty shocking. It was pretty shocking.
So. It was rough, but you got to start somewhere.
Yeah, exactly. And now we're here, so it's pretty good.
Okay, so you mentioned earlier that you knew Dav and Garv. Were there any other players on the team that you gravitated to who kind of stood out as natural leaders?
Yeah, well, some of them are not here anymore, but when I think of Momba Bully, who was really a nice guy to me, even if he was way older than me, I think he's 28, 29, and I was 20. Really good guy. Maxime Tissot, guy that's not here anymore. But a few guys that helped me. Paulo Sabac, again, players that are not here, but they were really close to me. So yeah, good guys.
What do you think are some things that you've learned about yourself since being with Forge? It's been about 2 years now. Can you point anything out in particular?
I think I can say that I'm resilient. Like we said earlier, it's not easy to leave home and to come to another place, a new place, and to do your thing. So, I think resilience is I learned about myself.
Yeah. Now, the stats for the 2023 season are still pending, so we'll have to get to that a little later this year. A big thanks to Woobens for sitting down with me after practice to have that conversation. He's always such a great guy to talk to. That's all I have for today's episode. Thank you so much for listening, and stick around if you want to hear the final part of that interview to get to know Woobs on a little bit more of a personal level.
This has been Forge Daily with Mackenzie Barwell. If you like what you heard, please like, follow, subscribe, comment, and share.
Okay, this part's for fun.
Okay.
We're going rapid fire.
Perfect.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Do you have any hidden talents?
Hidden talents? I don't know. Well, I play hockey.
Okay.
Yeah, I play hockey. So hockey is a hidden talent because I think nobody knows.
No one knows that you can.
If I don't tell them, they don't know. So.
Honestly, I probably wouldn't have guessed that you could skate.
Exactly. No, I can skate. I played hockey for 4 years. So yeah.
Okay, last TV show that you binge watched.
I'm not a...
You play PlayStation?
Yeah, but but TV show that I actually watch, I don't know.
What are you playing on PlayStation then?
FIFA and Call of Duty.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Favorite album?
Wow.
I know, it's a loaded question.
Wow. I couldn't tell.
You can't say? How about favorite artist?
Woo!
Come on, dude, give me something here.
I would say Lil Durk.
Okay.
Lil Durk? Do you know Lil Durk? I saw your face and I was like, she
doesn't.
That's okay.
Favorite shoe that you've had?
Jordan 4s.
Was that a question?
No, Jordan 4s.
Okay. Okay, I think I'm officially done.
Oh, yeah?